Hello everyone, I'm Zoite here. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to secure your WordPress site for absolutely free using the all-in-one WP security plugin. The first thing I want you to do is go install the all-in-one WP security plugin. So in the admin dashboard, you are going to navigate to plugins and click on add new. We are going to search for the all-in-one WP security plugin. So you are going to search for it, you're going to install it and activate it. I already installed it. I'm using the exact plugin on my website, so there is no need for me to reinstall it again. So once you have installed and activated, I want you to navigate to the left side of your admin dashboard and click. So we're going to navigate to the left side of our admin dashboard. So we are going to look for the WP security. So click on it. So we're going to click on it. So we're going to set it up. And this is the dashboard right here. The reason why you're seeing all this, why you're seeing this meter pointing to the right directions, because I already have it set up. So I'm going to be walking you through how to get it done. So now what I want you to do is I want you to navigate to settings. Click on settings. As you can see right here, the first tab is the general settings. The general settings contains settings about your plugin. You can disable the security features if you think that some plugin functionality on your site is broken, and that broken is due to security feature. You can disable all security features of that plugin. You can also disable all firewalls rules. So that's what the general settings is all about. So let's move to the second tab, which is the .htaccess file. The .htaccess file is used if you want to back up your .htaccess or you want to restore it. Let's say, for example, you back up your active .htaccess and something now happened to your .htaccess. So instead of you continue to make use of your current .htaccess, you are going to install it back to the previous .htaccess. The next step we have is the wp-config.php file. So let's click on it. This is also used to back up your wp-config.php file and also restore it, just like the .htaccess we talked about. The next one we have is the WP version info. So let's click on it. WordPress automatically adds some meta info in the head tags of every page, and the meta info shows which version of WordPress you're using, and with that, hackers can scan your site to see if you have an older version and try to exploit it. So we are going to click on this, check if you want to remove this version and meta info produced by WP from all pages. So we're going to click on Save Settings. As you can see, settings successfully updated. So let's move on to the next one, which is the import/export. What this is all about is that with this you can import, you can import all your WP security plugin settings. As you can see, use this section to import your all-in-one WP security and firewall settings from a file. Let's say you previously configured an existing site using the WP security plugin. I want to do the same for another site, so you can export it then import it back here. So let's move on to the next one, which is the advanced settings. Let's click on it. Let's see. So this advanced settings is simply telling us how you want to retrieve the IP address when someone visits your website. So let's move on to the next option, which is the user account. So let's click on it. Now the first tab right here is the WP username. What this does is that it allows you to change the admin username from admin, which is the default login name for WordPress. Then you can change it to any other name you want. This is very important because hackers knows that the username for WordPress sites is by default is admin. So they always take advantage of it. That's what hackers does. So now, if you want to change that username. You don't want to make use of admin anymore. You want to make use of your own name. All you have to do is click on edit user. Once you click on edit user, a page will open where you are going to impute where you can impute your new username. Okay, and after you're done with everything, you click save. So let's say, for example, we want to edit this account login name. We click on edit user. This page we open. So we are going to scroll down wherever you see username. As you can see, username, and put whatever username you want. But I've already imputed mine. That's why you can see usernames cannot be changed. So let's cancel it. So let's go to the next tab, which is display name. Let's click on it. The display name, what this is simply telling us is that our nickname and display name should be a different username. Our nickname and display name should be a different username. Because when you answer or post a comment, WordPress will display your nickname, which by default is the username you are using to log in your site. Hackers can take advantage of that. You don't want that. The next option we have is the password. So let's click on password. What this basically does is that it checks how strong your password is. So if, for example, we start typing a password, let me just say we start typing a random number. As you can see, this meter right here is going to calculate how strong your password is and how long it's going to take hackers to crack your password. As you can see here is 1,132,492 years and 6 months to crack your password. Okay, so the next option we have is the user login. So let's click on user login. And the first type right here is the login lockdown. The login lockdown helps limit the login. It helps limit the login attempts an IP address can try before it is logged out. Because one of the ways hackers attack sites is using a brute force attack, where hackers repeatedly guess login attempts until they are successful. But with this option, you can specify the maximum login attempts of an IP address. If you scroll down, so you can see this. You can set the maximum login retries before IP address is logged out. As you can see, I set to 3. So once you are done setting this, you are going to check this box, and you are going to scroll down. You are going to click Save Settings. So let's move on to the next tab, which is the failed login record. So click on it. What this does is to show failed login attempts from various IP addresses. So the IP address that tried to log in your website, that's what this tab right is going to show us. So the next tab we have is the force logout. Click on force logout. This force logout forcefully log a user out after a configured amount of time. So if you set 60 minutes to be the maximum amount of time a user can stay logged in on your site. Once you click on Save Settings, if a user is logged in, after 60 minutes, the user will be logged out automatically. Will be forced logged out. The next tab, I didn't take this option right here because sometimes I stay more than 60 minutes. Sometimes I stay more than 2 hours logged in my website. But if you're managing multiple users, this option is a very good option for you to check so that users cannot log in more than 30 minutes. The next tab we have is the account activity logs. So let's click on it. Let's see what will happen. What this does is that it displays the activity of accounts registered with your sites that have logged in your WordPress login form. That's what this basically does. So let's move on to the next option, which is the user registration. Click on it. If your site allows people to register to create an account, you can check this option. You can check this if you want to manually approve each registration. Let's say user A register on your site and you don't want it to be automatically approved, so you can manually approve it. That's where you can minimize spam or nonsense registration, bogus registration. So if you're good with the option, you check it and click Save Settings. Let's go to the next tab, which is the registration capture. Let's click on it. If you want to enable capture during registration, then check this box and click Save Settings. The next one we have is the registration on spot. And on spot is just a mechanism, it's a security mechanism that is used to detect and counter an attack. So mark it and click Save Settings. So mark it and click Save Settings. The next option here is the database security. So let's click on it. What this does is that it helps add a layer of security to your WordPress database. So you go ahead and check this and put your database prefix you want to specify and click Change DB prefix. So let's move on to the next option, which is the file system security. So click on it. What this does is that it scans your critical WP core folders and we highlight any settings that are insecure. So all you have to do is scroll down and here you're going to see you're going to click and there's an option right here. The reason why the option is not available because I already click on it. So if you see something right here, so you click on it. After you click on it, for clicking on it, here will be 0/20. So after clicking on it, it's going to be 20/20. So let's move on to the next tab, which is the PHP File Editing. This feature will disable others from the inability from the ability for them to edit your PHP files. So let's check this option and click Save Settings. Let's move on to the next tab, which is WP File Access. So click on it. The WP File Access it prevents access to files such as the readme.html license and the wp.php, which is delivered when during WordPress installations. It helps hide some key pieces of information when doing WordPress installation from hackers. So the next option, so all you have to do is check this and click Save Setting. The next option we have is the Blacklist Manager. So let's click on it. With this Blacklist Manager option, you can blacklist IP addresses or user agents from accessing your site. So all you have to do is enter the IP address you don't want them to have access to your site, and also the user agent. Once you're done, click Settings. The next option we have is the Firewall. So we'll click on Firewall. Not much to explain here, so just check the basic firewall settings. So check this. I didn't check it because I don't know what it means. So the next one, they block access to debug on log file. So I check box it, then click on Save Basic Firewall Settings. So the next tab we have is the additional firewall rules. So click on it. Check everything also. I checked it. Check everything also. Check everything and click Save Additional Firewall Settings. The next tab we have is the 6G Blacklist Firewall Rules. So let's click on it. What this does is that it helps block malicious URL characters, stop attackers from manipulating strings, and so on. So check box 8, check those two options, and click Save 5G/6G Firewall Settings. I think the next tab we have is the Internet Bots. Oh yeah, I'm right. So click on Internet Bots. It's loading. Internet internet bot is just a piece of software that runs on the net and performs automatic tasks. You see, some bots are good, while some are bad. Why some are bad. This particular feature, it disables the bad ones. As you can see, check if you want to block all fake Google bots, because some bots will act like they are from Google, meanwhile they are not. So we check this and we click on Save Internet Bot Settings. So the next tab we have is the Prevent Hot Links. Click on it. As you can see here, a hot link is where someone displays an image on their site, and that image is actually located on, let's say an image is located on your site, someone displayed it. A hot link is simply trying to say that if someone displays an image on their site, and the source of the image is from your own site. So they are displaying that image on their site using a direct link from the source, which is from your website. So due to the fact that the image is being displayed on the person's website, on that person's website, and it's coming from your server, it can cause leakage of bandwidth and resources for you, because your server has to present this image for the people viewing it on someone's site. So if you don't want that to happen, you can check this. And you can click on Save Settings. Next up we have is the 404 detection. So let's click on it. A 404 error occurs when someone tries to access a page that does not exist on your website. That's when a 404 error occurs. With this feature, it can help monitor all your 404 events which occur on your site. And also, it gives you the option of blocking IP addresses for a configured length of time if you want to temporarily block an IP address. So all we have to do is check this, and you can specify the time length of the 404 lockout. And also, you can choose a redirect URL if a blocked visitor. So a blocked visitor will be automatically redirected to that URL. So once you're done, click on Save Settings. So let's move on to the next option. The next option we have is brute force. So let's click on brute force. And the first tab right here is the rename login page. Normally, the login page of any WordPress site is the name of your site.com/wp-admin. But hackers knows this already. So it will be better if you can change your login name to whatever suits you. So all we have to do here is we are going to specify the name we want in this box right here. We are going to specify the name we want. So after we're done, we are going to click on Save Settings. The next tab we have is the cookie-based brute force prevention. So let's click on it. Let's see. As you can see, a brute force attack is when a hacker tries many combinations of username and password until they succeed in guessing the right combination. We don't want someone to use brute force and log into our site. We don't want that. So all we have to do is we are going to, as you can see, here is a warning message. This feature can lock you out of admin if it doesn't work correctly on your site. So you must read this message before activating this feature. As you can see, this is not active. It's not checked on my own site. So I don't know about you. Maybe you are going to read this, then come back to this and do whatever you want. So the next tab we have is login capture. So let's click on it. So you check the box if you want to use Google reCAPTCHA as default. So you check the box, you check this box also. If you want to insert a captcha form on the login page, that's the right thing to do, so do it. You check this if you want to insert a captcha form on the lost password page. That's if you enable registration. So you check this if you want to insert a captcha on the custom login form generated by the following WP function wp_login_form, still the same as above. So once you're done, check everything and click save setting. The next tab we have is the login whitelist. So let's click on it. Let's see. The login whitelist is allowing certain IP addresses. So look at the IP address I specified here. So it's allowing them to as you can see, the all-in-one WP security whitelist feature gives you the option of only allowing certain IP addresses or ranges to have access to your WordPress login page. So the next tab we have is the honeypots. I already explained it before. So check it here and click on save settings. So the next option we have is the spam prevention. So let's click on it. So let's check this. We check this. We want to insert a captcha field on the comment forms. If someone to comment, someone should solve a captcha. Same with this. Check this if you want to apply a firewall rule which will block comments originating from spam bots. I'm sure you don't want that. So check it and click on save settings. So the next option we have is the scanner. So let's click on scanner. So you can perform a scan now. You can view your last change. So I'm going to check this. So it's going to scan the files on my site automatically. As you can see, scan time interval 4 weeks, every 4 weeks. So I'm going to scan my files. So after you're done, you click on save settings. After you're done, click on save settings. So the next option we have is maintenance. Click on maintenance. This option allows you to put your site in maintenance mode. Let's say you want visitor to, once they visit your website, they should see any message specified here. It can be this site is currently not available, please try again later. So remember, check this, specify your message and click on save sites or lookout settings. So the next option we have is the miscellaneous. The first tab right here is the copy protection. As you can see, check this if you want to disable right click or text selection and copy option on the front end of your website. Let's say like you don't want anybody to right click or copy anything from the front end of your site. You can check this and save copy protection settings. Next tab we have the frames. Click on it. What this does is that if you don't want other site to display your content via a frame, you can check this and you can click on save settings. And the next tab we have the users enumeration. So let's wait for it. As you can see, this feature allows you to prevent external users / bots from fetching the user info with URLs. That means you can check this if you don't want external site to fetch the external bots to fetch the user info on your site. So you check this and click on save settings. So guys, this is how you can secure your WordPress site or blog using the WP security plugin for absolutely free. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, please give a like and subscribe to my channel. I post videos on web design and WordPress solutions. Peace out.